What's up? Blake here. If you would like to be able to scroll the iPhone mirroring app, and you're unable to use a scroll wheel or a touchpad, then your options are somewhat limited. It's kind of difficult. You wish you could click and drag, like I'm doing here, and you wish that would sort of scroll. It kind of does if you just move your mouse all the way to the edge. But this does not work reliably in different apps. I'm in Safari here. But yeah, you wish it would just scroll when you click and drag your mouse, but it doesn't. So what can you do? You can't use a scroll pad. I mean, if you can't use a scroll wheel or a touchpad. If you are an accessibility keyboard user, then what you can do is Apple menu, system settings. Um, in accessibility, under the motor section, there's the keyboard menu, and you can enable the accessibility keyboard. And then I'm going to click this little like information icon next to it because it gives us some extra settings. And this is the easiest, like quickest way to set this up. Then I'll show you another way. But let's say we want to be able to scroll in the mirroring app. And what we can do is set these dwell corners up. I'm going to make the top right corner be or I'm going to make the top left corner be the scroll menu, and the top right be pause, toggle dwell pause. Now, what this is going to do is these are kind of like hot corners. You move your mouse all the way to the corner and wait for a delayed amount of time, and it's going to activate the scroll menu. My delay is only set to 1 second, so this is going to be kind of fast. But if I move the arrow to here, you saw that little thing go, and then I'm now in scroll mode. So if I hover over the phone right here, and as long as I keep moving, the timer won't go down. But if I stop moving, the timer goes, and it pops up this scrolling interface where I can just hover. So I'm just hovering over the down arrow, hovering over the up arrow. I'm not clicking anything. I'm just hovering over these arrows to scroll up and down. And I can click off of this. Oops. And do it again. I'll just stop when the timer runs down. The arrows appear. You can scroll. And if I want to get out of this mode, I'll go up to the top right corner, wait for a delay, and now I'm out. I'm out of scroll mode. If I want to go back into scroll mode, okay, now I'm back into scroll mode. All right. I don't usually like to use dwell corners because I'm constantly accidentally activating them. So what I prefer to do is have buttons on the on-screen keyboard. So this is my keyboard, and your keyboard's not gonna like this. Mine's super custom, but that's okay. I'm going to show you how to make a toolbar that's kind of like this. So I'm able to activate the same action by clicking the scroll button. See, there we go. And when I'm done, I just hit pause. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do that. If you have your keyboard open, you can click this little 3 dots menu and go to customize here. Also, if you're in the settings already, you can hit this panel editor button. Kind of does the same thing. Now I have a bunch of panels, which you can ignore, I guess. But we're going to make a new one. First of all, I'm going to disable my current one so that it just doesn't show up at all. This is my mouse actions menu, but we're going to make another one. So add panel empty. We're going to add a button, and we're going to call it, let's call it scroll. And what we want the button to do, you click on the button and you come down here to action. And we'll say action, we want this to do a dwell action. And what do we want it to do? We want it to do the scroll menu. And if you only want it to do a one-time scroll and then like you would have to click it every time, then you could just do that. I kind of prefer to have the pause button so that when I'm in scroll mode, it stays in scroll mode until I'm ready to deactivate it. So I'll show you how to do that. So I'll leave that unchecked and I'll make a new button. I'm just gonna put it right next to it. And I'm gonna call this one pause. And what we want this to do in our action down here is to dwell. And then the dwell trigger is gonna be pause dwell. And then I'm just kind of clicking in the empty area to deselect all the buttons. And then in this panel menu, I'm going to say that I want this to show as a toolbar. So this will allow you to put this kind of like above your keyboard or whatever. So I'm going to save this, and it's going to ask me if I want to restart my keyboard. So I'll say yeah, and it's going to restart. And okay, so now I got this toolbar here, and like I can switch to a panel. Like your panel probably looks more like a regular keyboard, maybe like this, you know, same difference. It doesn't really matter what your keyboard looks like. Your toolbar can appear above all of them, and if you don't see it, or if you want to hide it, you can click this little 3 dots menu, go to toolbars, and so all your toolbar options will be over here. So, oh, I forgot to name it. So it's called empty right now. In the panel editor, I'm just gonna double click over here, or single click, I don't know. Okay, and I'm just gonna call it like scroller. All right, so I'm gonna save it, restart. Yeah, I should have done that a minute ago, but now it's called scroller. It shows up in the toolbar menu. There it is. So I'm going to close the panel editor, and let's just see if it works. Wait for the delay, and yep, there we go. And we'll pause. And that's it. If you have trouble scrolling, I have another app called Scroll My Mac that I made. And I'm going to make another video about that, and it'll be in the description, so check that out. If you have trouble scrolling and wish it was easier. All right, peace out.